Mm. Mhm. Mm. Greetings, beloveds. Beloveds, when you allow yourself to have mastery of time and space, you will no longer be willful, like a willful child, inflicting one's egoic will upon any given circumstance, but rather you will allow yourself to become mindful, mindful where the mind is connected with the heart. And in this connection, what you will allow to occur is a sense of what it is to forgive, what it is to release, what it is to allow yourself to be at peace from anything to do with what you have considered yourself to be the past. And then you will allow yourself to become so present, shall we say, beloveds, that you will not allow yourself to be occupied with thoughts of worry, anxiety, or concern for what it is that will unfold in the future. This occurs, beloveds, when you can bring yourself to a state of full consciousness. This is the most important step that one can take, is mastering the use of time that has been given as a tool for you to allow yourselves to fully step into what it is to be Christ being. This is done through prayer. This is done through meditation. This is done through walking. This is done through acknowledging the angels. This is done through a consciousness elevation, a rising of one's frequency, shall we say, when you put your mind towards pulling forth any thoughts that you have that continue to inhibit you, any thoughts that you have of fear, the things that you do not want to be revealed, the people that you have not yet forgiven, the criticisms and the judgments that you have. And as you continue this journey, beloved, you will find that it becomes easier and easier for you to be fully present. And here you will begin to acknowledge your mastery, or you have this mastery already present within you, beloveds, but you have allowed yourself to forget, and now is the time of the great remembering. So indeed, grant this to yourselves, precious and beloved beings. Beloveds, we will release this body for a moment, and then we shall return. Beloveds, when you have allowed yourself to relinquish and release what is the human body, and you have a sense of coming back to yourself, you will do nothing but look upon the life review that you have as one of the greatest comedic movies that has ever been made. You will laugh so deeply and uproariously at yourself and all of your, shall we say, shenanigans, all of the things that you were sure that is so serious, that you were sure was so significant, that you were sure meant everything. And you will say, what was I thinking? And you will laugh, and we will laugh with you. These life reviews, they are quite enjoyable. You get excited when you release and cross over, beloveds, for is yet another picture and another show, as they say.
Mary Magdalene?
Yes, beloved.
Could you give me some advice on helping me with my relationship with my daughter?
Beloved, this being and you have chosen to come into this incarnation, and yet your roles are reversed, are they not? You are well aware that you've had many incarnations where she was the mother and you were the daughter.
Mm-hmm.
So understand that all the troubles that she seems to be presenting to you is you having a reflection of the daughter that you were. So, beloved, all you can ever say to her is thank you. For when troubles come upon us, all we can say is thank you, Lords of Karma, for bringing back to us what we have done to another. If you could allow yourself to say, ah, this is who I have been to her. Ah, This is who I have been to anyone in my life. You look upon someone and you say, how could they be this way? Let us explain how karma works. Tikkun, whatever it is that you would call it, beloved. Whatever it is that you think, whatever it is that you judge, whatever it is that you have done, whatever it is that you have said, is entered into a cosmic data bank, database that is known as the Akashic Records. Now, the lords of the records, their responsibility is to make sure that you experience everything that you have given and done to another. And when it is time for your life review, and when it is time for you to make the choice of the incarnation that you will have and the beings that you will incarnate with, they say, you have these 1,731 experiences that you must experience in resolution for what it is that you have done to others. Choose one from column A, choose one from column B, and as many as you would like from column C. And this is what you will walk through in this lifetime. And they say, now, here is the cast of characters that you have done this with. Who would you like to bring in as the mother? Who would you like to bring in as the father? Who would you like to bring in as the siblings? Who would you like to bring in as the children? Who would you like to bring in as the bosses? Who do you want to be your politicians? Understand, beloved, there is no one that comes into your experience of life and living that you have not known before. It is an impossibility. Everything is done in a measuring of magnetic frequencies, shall we say. So there is no soul that comes to you and you say, I am meeting this being for the first time. There is no soul that comes and they say, this is a new soul. No, there are no new souls, beloved. So when you look upon your daughter and you say, she is not doing the things that I think she should be doing. Of course she is not. She is doing what she thinks she should be doing. And the truth is, and beloved, this may not be easy for you to hear, it is none of your business what she does with her life. All that you are meant to do, beloved, is to love her. Beloved, on a scale of 1 to 10, how are you doing with that?
I thought I was doing pretty well. There's times when I'm not doing as well, but I thought I'm letting her do whatever. So I would say a good 8.
If we were to ask her, what would her number be?
Oh, she would probably be a lot less.
Yes, give us that number.
She'd probably say 4 or 5.
Thank you. Let us round down to 4.
Okay.
Beloved, if she deems that you are being who she needs you to be for her journey through life at a 4 out of a 10, then you must look within to find out where is the discrepancy between what she considers to be the 4 and what you consider to be the 8. And allow yourself to say within and to say to her, how could I possibly love you more? What could I do to make the relationship between us better, easier, more loving? Is there more that I could give you, or would you like less? And have a very honest conversation with her, beloved, without an agenda. Can you imagine if your mother had been able to do this for you?
Yeah, that would be lovely.
You can still have this conversation with her, beloved one, in what you know to be your meditations, your round tables, where you go and have these conversations. Now, if it is easier for you to interact with your daughter, not in her physical presence, again, you can do the same. You can bring her soul forth and say to her, how may I serve you more? How may I love you more? How may I give you more? And she may say, do less, be less. Beloved, when you worry, all you are doing is sending her darkness. Do not allow yourself to worry, rather pray for her and be grateful. Heavenly Father, Heavenly Mother, I am so deeply grateful for the blessing of the beings that have agreed to come and journey with me through this incarnation. I know that I have loved them before, and I know that I am loved by them. Please help me, provide me with your guidance, for how I may best show love to them. And each being will have a very different definition, beloveds, of what and how love is shown to them. So rather than trying to have a relationship with her on your terms, see if you can meet her where she is and have a relationship with her based on her terms. We pray that this answers your question, beloved.
Thank you so much. Yes, I really appreciate it. Thank you, Mary.
We love you, beloved. There are great things in store for you. There is much magic that is afoot.
That's wonderful to hear. Thank you. Love you.
We love you too. Always. We always have, and we always will. We place our blessing upon you, beloved. Are there any other questions that you have for us, beloved ones?
I do have two questions, and hopefully you could help me with them. First one is connection with my higher self. I would really like to live a soul guided life, to be in close connection with my soul and my higher self. But at times, the connection is not always as close as I would like. I know that I have to go into my heart, stay in my heart center, and connect from there. As I am working to learn channeling, it hasn't come through as open and connected as I wish. So I would like to get some advice to help me to develop deeper felt connection as well as ability to channel.
Beloved, one does not learn channeling per se. One becomes the channel. It would be as if one bought the ballet slippers and the tutu and the tights, and one then practiced and took lessons to be a dancer, but one was not living as a dancer from a state of beingness. What we would ask you to do is, you have a very, very active mind. We would ask you to release your thoughts of what being a channel truly is and allow yourself to fall backwards into the beingness of channeling. Here is the other assignment that we would like to give to you. We would ask you to go into a state of meditation. We would ask you to call forth the beingness of your higher self. We would then ask you to step into the energy of your higher self, to step into the energy of a being that you wish to channel and allow a merging to occur. There is still a sense of fear that exists within the ego of being taken over. There is a desire within you to be what is known as an unconscious channel. But in doing this, beloved, you must fully be willing to surrender ego. You can certainly have it back at the end of the channeling. But allow yourself to do this merging. Let this occur 3 times a day over a 28-day period. Allow yourself to consciously, through meditation, envision your higher self in front of you. You take your inhale, you walk into your higher self, and you reside with this consciousness. Have a conversation with this consciousness. Allow yourself to feel the energy of this consciousness. Allow yourself to be in the beingness of your higher self. Practicing this morning, noon, and evening over this period will allow you to become so familiar with this sense of who this being is. Does this make sense to you, beloved?
It does. It does. I guess I would need to, as you mentioned, go deeper into silence and step into the energy and be one with the energy
Yes. It is
and
not
stay with it.
not a mental process, beloved. It is a process of allowing. It is the divine feminine is the most capable because it has a receptivity. There are many men who channel, but if you will take a look at their construct, they have a very well-developed feminine side to them. There is a femininity within you that is looking to emerge, but the very masculine mind needs to be surrendered for that merging to occur, beloved.
Thank you for that.
Indeed.
And I have another question.
Yes.
As you know, both of my parents passed away. My mother passed away 14 years ago. As far as I know, she's a master, and I miss her. I would like to know how she is and whether she's embodied on earth
Mm.
at the moment.
Beloved, this is not a question for us to answer for you.
That's okay. I understand.
This is you wanting to know her. We would encourage you to call her forth, for you to have the conversation with her, to allow yourself to go into the realm where she exists and have this conversation. This is what is being requested. So I would ask each of you to close your eyes. Please mute your phones so there is no distraction for one another. Begin, beloveds, by taking a breath, a gentle breath. And as the breath comes in through the body, let yourself count to a count of 4 with the inhales. Let yourself pause the breath to a count of 3, and then allow yourself to exhale to a count of 4. Allow yourself to pause for a count of 3, and then inhale to a count of 6. Pause to a count of 3, and exhale to a count of 4. Pause for a count of 3. Inhale to a count of 8. Pause to a count of 3. Exhale to a count of 4. Pause to a count of 3. Inhale to a count of 10. Allow this inhale to be longer and slower. Pause to a count of 3. Exhale to a count of 4. And pause to a count of 3. Once again, inhale to a count of 10. Hold for a count of 3. Exhale to a count of 4. Hold to a count of 3. Allow yourself to resume normal breath. Notice the sense of peace, the sense of solitude, the sense of quietude that comes with the modulation of the breath, beloved. Take another inhale directly into your heart. And then exhale and release. Take an inhale into the third eye. Exhale and release. Take an inhale into the crown. And exhale and release. Allow yourself to bring movement to your fingers and to your feet, to your hands, to your toes. Take another inhale in, and upon your exhale, you may open your eyes. May you feel God's grace with you always, beloved and precious souls. Call upon us. Know that we shall guide you in all things. Blessings to you always, and indeed we shall speak with you again.